Hey, Ashton.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Having fun out there?
Yes, sir. You know it. Good to be out there.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are knocking down a lot of passes. You feel like the secondary's improved?
Most definitely. Under Coach Raymond, it's just an expectation for him. Like, it's not something that he really, speaks about. Like, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's just the way we work. That's what allows us to do those things. Like, we don't worry about all the stats, all the, interceptions, all the PBUs. We just go out there and work.
Yeah. Time flies. You're already a junior. How improved are you since when you first got here? How much more confident are you in your game?
Coming, since my freshman year, going to my sophomore year, that was a big switch even from my freshman to sophomore year because, I came in, under the radar. I was a 3-star. I was the last, offer in my class. So coming in, the confidence may not have been, where it's at now, but I worked my way through it, even though I had, 2 different, position coaches. But going from my freshman year to my sophomore year, I just worked. I put my head down, and then, once I got into my sophomore year, it was more of I already, know like what goes on, like how to do it, like the right way. So everything slowed down for me. I went on the field, I made plays, and then, that's all it is.
Ashton, what's the rest of the room look like back there with so many new guys, whether it be outside or at the safety position? How important was it for y'all to get along, and where do you think that process is as far as comfort and knowing where everybody is?
So cornerback-wise, we're all in a room, but it's hard because we're on 2 different sides of the field, so we can't, really talk to each other. So it's okay if the corners, like we can all be close, tight, but it's just, about the safeties, bringing in AJ, Cooley. Those guys, we got to be able to gain relationships with them outside of, football, just being able to, be comfortable with speaking to them. Because when you get on the field, you got to be able to be comfortable speaking to that person. If you're not comfortable, like, communications, things happen.
What have you guys done to kind of fast forward that process? Because like you said, you got 3 new dudes back there working with you.
So we've been on Jack Marucci's had us on VR. So now they've updated it to where we have like, how can I explain it to y'all? It's like we on the field, like we had the VR, we on the field, we got the Clemson Stadium, we got everything. And he's looking at the VR while it's 2 separate VRs. Yeah, the same thing. So we able to communicate and talk, just be able to feel comfortable. So when we get on that field, it's the same thing. We already seen it.
What have you seen in AJ and Chad?
AJ, you can tell that, he came off a strong season last year from Houston. You can tell that he's a veteran. He's a leader. He's going to tackle for sure. That's a big thing, that it's really hard for guys in the secondary to tackle. So he really, he's really up on that. So that's a good key factor to our team. Cooley's also, he came from NC State. He's a great playmaker. He's smart. Just like I said, with that communication, we talk outside of, just in the building. So being able to do that, we're comfortable on the field. If I need help on something, he tell me, don't worry about that. I got that. You just play this. It's stuff like that. So,
what do you think the secondary has improved? How do you think they've improved most this offseason? Is there some tangible thing you guys have done as a group that you think you've improved on?
Just like I said, the VR stuff, all the work, but the main thing is confidence. Like in the room, we have a lot of confidence. We've been out there making plays, back-to-back days. So it's just, they're out there. It's expected. So that's all it is.
Ashton, you're a junior now, and you got a lot of transfers, but you're kind of the veteran guy in the room. How have you kind of taken on more of a leadership role this year?
A lot of guys, even from, the freshmen, it starts there. Aiden Annan, he kind of, asks me, things sometimes. So it's just starting from there and being able to, because, you got Menso, you got Ja, older guys. But, in order to gain that respect, they got to see you do it the right way. So as I continue to do that, the leadership goes up more and more. And, Coach, I've been in rooms. Coach expect me, to lead more. And, I'm going to work on that, and I'm working on it right now. So just being able to do that, making plays, showing them guys the right way, and taking them along with me.
Maybe I'll ask you about a couple of corners. One a little bit older, Mansour. What's it like to add his veteran leadership on one side?
It's good to have Mansour on the other side because knowing that, you have somebody that actually, knows what's going on. He's played a lot of ball. he's actually played, more ball than me. He's an older cat, so just having them, we're able to, talk to each other, what he sees, what I sees. If I don't see something, he gonna tell me. If he doesn't see anything, I'm gonna tell him. So just being able to be transparent with each other.
He scooped that ball up today and took
Yeah,
off with it, huh?
He did. That's the type of plays we got to make. We got to be excited for him.
And DJ Pickett, Coach Baker yesterday said he really has improved his physicality, put on some weight and everything. What are you seeing out of this young guy?
I see, he came in a little small, but he's shown that he's not scared to tackle. Like, he's ready to get in that run fit. So being able to show that as a freshman, that's a good thing. He's a good player. He's a great player. So just being able to show, that tackling, and being able to go up and catch the ball, like, not too many freshmen, have that. So.
How about the cheat code over there, Trey-Dez? What's that like, man? I mean, we've seen it all practice, right? There's some things you just can't do because he's the only guy that can get a ball. Like, how good does that make you, and how good is he?
For me, going against Trey-Dez, we actually had a conversation, his freshman year when we both came in. I was a sophomore, he came in a year after me, so there was like a particular play, they put him on the goal line, in high school. He's going up, catching it, but I told him, because I stopped him and I told him, it's more than that. You got to work on the little stuff to be able to do it. Like, it's a bigger level. So, I just felt like he took that and ran with it. And y'all see where he at right now. So, me going against him right now, like, it really helps me.
It's that whole receiver room, they have so many different guys now that they can throw at you. Like, last year, you kind of, 3-4 guys, you probably knew what they were going to do. What is that like? What does that challenge that room presents to you guys?
This room, each one of them have different, abilities. Some are faster, some are stronger. So you got bigger body guys, smaller guys. Just being able to have that, it gives us more of a, advantage going into the season because sometimes we don't know what teams have, what receivers they have. So being able to have a multiplicity of different receivers, it will prepare us.
On the defensive line, Bernard Gooden, this guy, maybe some people didn't know who he was, and apparently he's having a heck of a camp. What are you seeing out of him on the D-line?
When he first came in, I really didn't know who he was at first, but, he's really loud. Like, you're going to know he's in the room. So he carries that each and every single day. He's not a person, they got some people that, want to show that they like that, and then a couple of days later, a couple of weeks later, not like that. He's like that every single day, and that energy, like, it goes into the team. Like, everybody may be down, at practice. It goes in the team, and it brings everybody up. So I feel like that's what we need.
So some people come in all gassed up, and they run out of gas. This guy doesn't run out of gas.
He doesn't run out of gas at all. I don't know what it is.
How about that pass rush? Are you feeling that the ball's getting out faster because guys are getting to the quarterback and giving you guys a chance to make some plays?
Yeah, most definitely. Because, as a cornerback, sometimes you may be on a receiver for like 2 to 3 seconds and like the rush hasn't gotten there yet and like they're getting open. So they still catch the ball even though you cover them good, then they start scrambling, stuff like that. But being able to, I feel that presence now. The ball is coming out quick. I'm sticking to the receivers and I'm able to make that play right away.
The defense as a whole, I mean, we saw it a couple of years ago. It wasn't good, right? This year, you guys have been right there every step of the way. Do you feel that confidence as a unit? Is Blake really pushing you guys to take that level?
Yeah, he is. Blake, he's hard on us sometimes, but he just says, like, go have fun. Like, this is what we grew up trying to do. Like, just go out there, have fun, create havoc, but you got to go out there and have fun. That's just the main thing. Like, we've been doing this since we were kids. Like, don't stress about the little stuff. Just go out there, have fun, do your job, do your 111, and then everything will be fine. And then, him by being his second year, like, everybody's comfortable in this system. We know his plays. And even the older cats coming in, they've already, been through college. They already know, like, the schemes and stuff. So they're able to catch on quick. So being able to have Blake, for these 2 years is good. It's good.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
No problem.